Now we have third seal of Dharma. The all phenomena are empty, right? That one. Third is all phenomena are empty. Phenomena are empty. Now you have to understand there is the Buddha taught three different teachings, different times and different places, I think different disciples. He said, there is a mind. There is a mind, the first. Then second is there is no mind. And then third is mind is luminous. So, first the Buddha taught that there is a mind because this was the purpose of this teaching, there is a mind, was to dispel the wrong views, the nihilistic views. A lot of people, at that time, there's no cause, they believe, there's no karma, there's no past, no future. So therefore, the purpose of this teaching was to get rid of all this non-virtue, wrong views, So he said, where does this non-virtue come from? They come from mind. So if we think Buddhist, point of view, we think there's no cause, no karma, no past, no. That's totally wrong view. They call it totally wrong view. I mean, even people who don't believe in cause and karma, but still you see, experience. They experience happiness, unhappiness as a result of their action. That tells you something, that there is something, Karma is action, right? Karma is, in Tibetan, karma is li, means, action. So therefore, this experience of happiness and unhappiness, they are a result of this, our actions. Actions, there's lots of, right? Verbal action, mental action, physical action. So if we don't believe it, then the problem is, as long as there is a wrong view, there is no genuine realization because of wrong view. The realization comes from only the enlightened heart, enlightened beings' wisdom. So especially our realization doesn't exist without these transmissions, right? The lineage, the teachers. So the realization is depends on our lineage transmission. So you see, Buddha Buddha discovered cause and karma, right? Cause and karma. And not only him, our teachers in the lineage, There are many, 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 many teachers, thousands of teachers, good teachers, and they totally believe that there is a cause and karma. Not they just believe, right? Because they investigate, which is they practice meditation. Through their practice, they develop this wisdom. Sometimes they call the omniscient mind, whatever. So they have a reason. They believe this. They have a reason. They have proof. They have this characteristics, So for us, for example, there are three different categories of phenomena. For us, like many things we experience, right? Many things we experience directly through you seeing, through hear, through all this our senses. Okay, this is very important. Buddhist philosophy point of view. This is what we call manifest phenomena. Manifest phenomena, which is completely unobscured phenomena. You can see there is a camera. You can see there is people. You don't need a reason. You don't need logic. It's just manifest. So you can see through you can experience through your senses. All these kind of things, right? Directly. And then the second category is like there is many things that we cannot experience directly with our ordinary senses. Many things we cannot do. That is what we call it, Buddhist philosophy, called slightly obscured phenomena. Slightly obscured. It's not manifest right in front of you, so it's slightly obscured. But then we can understand this kind of phenomena through the logic, the reason, right? You can see behind this building, if there is a smoke, then you can see maybe there is fire, right? So kind of through this slightly obscured phenomena. You can't see fire, but you can see the smoke. So through that, you can understand there is a fire. And then there is another category, phenomena. Another is they call it completely obscured phenomena. This means this is completely beyond ordinary direct perception. We have no idea. This kind of things. Shindukogjer in Tibetan, it's completely obscured, completely beyond your senses. You have no idea. In order to understand this kind of phenomena, we need someone, like we need Buddha, like enlightened beings' wisdom. And their instructions. So Buddha said, there is a mind. And he gave all of these instructions. And he gave us all this very clearly and very vividly, like, these characteristics and everything about this, how to work with our minds and everything like that, these all amazing instructions. I think that's why people understand from the Buddhist practice. We talked about there is a method, right? There is a method of transforming both happiness and suffering. This morning we talked into the path. So mind, we're talking about this mind. Just, many people are suffering from dissatisfaction, right? So many people have a problem with, they think, it's not enough, dissatisfaction. So they are suffering from desire, right? From desire. It's really true. It's really, really true. I will tell you my experience when I was Larong, the universe, Kanchenjunga Pansol's kind of monastery. We had a small, this earthen house, small, right? Do you understand? You cut a piece of, earth, and then you put them together and you build a small house, earthen house. That time, not many students there, so I really clearly understand how it looks like and everything's like there. So we have this small earthen houses, and I was very happy and satisfied with what I had. Sometimes this winds come, and then you drink a tea, and you have to drink right away. Otherwise, if you put it there, dirt and everything's like it's just everywhere, and like. But it's very happy, It's very happy, and now here, think about it. I have like a nice apartment and everything, right? But still, I want something. I want something more and more. And at that time, like, even like you put your cup there, it's right away, lots of dirt cover it. So you can't drink your tea like that in the earthen house. But I was very happy. And here, like I, cleaned once every week, and still I smell something, or like this allergies and all of that kind of things. So I think it's really true. Buddha said that if you not satisfied with what you have, then you want more and more. It's really clear. That's give me so profound sort of this instruction meditation. So that's why people are really suffering from dissatisfaction, So from my experience, your suffering does not come from what you don't have, though. Actually, it comes from your dissatisfaction with what you have. Okay, I have some stories for you. I heard that some women have at least 70 different pairs of shoes. 70. And so many, of course, other clothes, right? This causes them to suffer because when they have to decide what they should wear and make sure that it all matches, right? Or your clothes, your shoes, everything. Too many. You have 70 pairs of shoes and other clothes. Too many. It takes lots of time, and when they don't know what to do, they feel very sort of uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Then these rich people, I heard that to solve this problem, they can use a computer program that will have all their shoes and their clothes and all these colors put inside the computer program. And when they wake up in the morning, and then they could open the computer, they should I wear today? They decide what they should, find a nice outfit that matches everything, See, that's to me, it's just too much, right? What do you think? 70 pairs of shoes. It's true. It's not. This is true story. How many shoes do you have? Mahatma Gandhi said that there's a big difference. He said that you should ask yourself, do you really want these shoes or do you really need these shoes? There's a big difference. I think it's true, Do I really want this shirt or do I need this shirt? So what I'm saying is like, in China, some people like, I know that, they buy lots of different clothes, but they never use them, never use them. But then in their mind, they want more and more, but they don't need it. And when they die, still the clothes are very new, never used, lots of this clothes. So you have this lots of things, right? Buy clothes, lots of things, because you're looking for happiness, right? That's the key point. I think that you want happiness, but I think that's is really wrong cause, for your happiness, because we have to find our happiness inside from our mind. We have to search our satisfaction and our happiness inside of us. It's very, 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 I think, very important. We will never ever find our happiness from something outside, material or property or anything outside. Kanchin Chucho Rinpoche, my teacher, he always, every day he said, if you have a satisfaction, you are very rich. He always say that. It's really, really true, I think. It doesn't mean you can't have anything, right? So if we want happiness, we have to search for it inside. That's my my message, and that's really important. You should try it within our mind. This happiness within our mind, not just outside. That's why Buddha said that there is a mind. That's why there is a mind. Because of this, everything, suffering, happiness, everything about this mind, everything, this mind. That's why he said, the first teaching, there is a mind. And then the second Buddha, when the Buddha spoke about emptiness, and his second teaching, the Buddha taught that there is no mind, right? Like first time he said there is a mind, and then there is no mind. Looks like contradicts, right? But it's actually not contradict. So this time there is no mind. He meant that mind is just a concept, and there is no sort of such thing as a truly existent mind. So why he said that? Because when the Buddha explained the cause of suffering, he said that it's connected to clinging to the self. So in the second teaching, the Buddha goes into more detail than the first teaching about the clinging to the self, and describes two different kind of self-clingings. Now he talks about this selflessness, right? The idea of the selflessness would be difficult to understand and even more difficult to change. Selflessness. Therefore, to help his student in understanding the selflessness, Buddha he needed to explain emptiness in more detail and in terms of Buddhist path. So there is no mind. There is no mind. The mind, he said, the mind is empty. Because, through this practice, we can understand and diminish, clinging to the self. We believe that this self is independent, unchangeable, forever, right? We have that kind of idea. Buddha wants to change that idea and diminish clinging to the self, because this is the root of the problems. There are so many, you see the emotions and negative thoughts, right? But there is one root. You cannot diminish all this kind of different defilements, everything. Like, you can't. It's too much, right? There are like thousands, millions like that. But once you diminish the root of this problem, then you actually diminish all of these branches, So therefore, he said the root of this problem is clinging to the self. Dak Zen in Tibetan. Dak means self, and Zen means you grasp, And what our idea is, this self is really just forever, right? Independent. That's why he talks about emptiness, And then, finally, he talks about this, the mind. The mind is luminous. He said the mind is luminous, clarity. In his second teaching, he talks about emptiness, right? So everything, that means everything is empty. The mind is empty, right? Everything is empty. He said the mind is empty. But he said, it is not only empty. Mind is also luminous. It is emptiness. It is luminous. So in his third teaching, talks about the Buddha nature, or they call it primordially existent wisdom, right? Which is enlightenment. So this teaching is the Buddha nature, talks about Buddha nature. This teaching is for students who have an interest about Buddha nature, about enlightenment. So at this time, Buddha teaches in more detail, in more detail than the second and first teaching, because he teaches about this ultimate truth, the Buddha nature, the primordial wisdom. So that means like the mind is empty, but mind is luminous. So Buddha teaches about the true nature of Dharma, true nature of Dharma. That's why these all phenomena are empty. And this teaching, he also shows how this view, this true nature, is different than how they appear. He gave us, this example of like pure gold, pure gold covered in mud. Our Buddha nature is like that. You have a pure gold, 999 gold, and then covered in mud. So you have gold, but you can't use it until you clarify, this Buddha nature. I mean, this what do you call defilements. So Buddha nature is like gold, pure. And underneath all of this different appearance that we see in this samsara, this world, is the nature wisdom that is beyond anything that we can think. So in this teaching, the Buddha gave us and helps to purify these very subtle obscurations that still remain in individual mind. These practitioners, very high level, right? But still they have like this subtle obscurations in their mind. So that's they will recognize the mind is luminous. So therefore, we need this practice, which is the third seal of Dharma. All phenomena are empty. Why? Why all phenomena are empty? Again, when the right causes and conditions come together, anything can appear, right? But when those conditions are unable, then the appearance stops. So the best reason for understanding of emptiness of all phenomena is through understanding interdependent origination. That is the best logic and reason. So you can say like, why all these phenomena are empty? Because interdependent origination. What is interdependent origination means? You have a flower. Your flower doesn't appear by itself. It depends on so many different causes. Right, you have to say this, right causes and conditions. And there are many things, have to come together for this flower to, come into exist. Appears. So this shows, this means that all and everything arise interdependently. It's amazing, right? It is amazing. Interdependent origin. We have large, small, big, beautiful, ugly. All this are creation of this ordinary, this relative mind. But no true existence of their own. If there is exist on their own, then that means that they are not emptiness. So there depends each other. So for example, a man might think a certain woman is beautiful, right? But that is only in his mind, in his eyes. Not everyone else would see her that way. Definitely not. Different people have different views, different personality, different opinions. That means there's nothing exists on itself. Everything depends, the causes and conditions. So, therefore, there are no characteristics of beauty that are universal, and accepted by everyone. None. So, think about it. We have a body, and we usually think the body is single whole, right? In our ordinary mind, the way of think, about body. But when we do analyze it, we find that this body is made of many things, many things. The body doesn't exist itself at all. And if we investigate the body and practice this analytic meditation continually, what happened? We will find emptiness there. Therefore, all phenomena are empty. It's third seal of Dharma. I give you an example like our body. It's easy to understand, right? Your head is not your body. Your hand is not your body. Your finger is not your hand. All like you investigate pieces like that. Eventually, intellectually, you will see. And then you practice. Then experientially, you will get the emptiness. Emptiness is there. But it's just amazing, right cause and conditions come together. Everything, it's possible. Everything is appear. And then we think, oh, it is permanent. The single whole, this body, it's permanent. But if you really go deeper, like Buddha, says, there is a mind, there is no mind, the mind is liminal. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? There's all these teachings are counted, but it's actually not. If you go deeper and deeper and deeper, what do you see? What do you get is luminous. Luminous, the mind, which is Buddha nature, luminous. So therefore, Buddha said, if we are not empty, he's talking about this the third seal of Dharma, everything is empty, right? So if we are not empty, for example, you cannot be here today if you are not empty. You cannot talk if you are not empty. You cannot think if you are not empty. You cannot be alive if you are not empty. So without emptiness, nothing is possible. Nothing is possible. So therefore, you see in the Hatha, always we recite, we practice, right? Hatha. Form is what? Form is different from emptiness. Emptiness is different from form, right? Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Everything has emptiness as its own nature. That is truth. That is the truth. So Buddha make us to understand this truth. So this is third truth. This form, this body is empty, emptiness. This body is not different from emptiness. That emptiness is not different from this body. Do you understand? That is the truth. That is the reality. That's why everything can exist interdependently. Our body needs emptiness. Emptiness, because of that, the body can appear. Same thing, our mind and body. Our body needs mind. Otherwise, our body is dead. Nothing functions. Everything is interdependently. So the ultimate nature of form, this body is emptiness, right? That emptiness, they said in Hatha, form is emptiness. What does that mean? Form is emptiness. Emptiness is emptiness. Emptiness is form. So that emptiness relates to the form, right? When we say form is, earth, water, sa, che, me, long, zhong, water, sa, earth, che, water, me, fire, long, wind. All these are form, right? And emptiness is the ultimate. So due to the character of emptiness, those forms are emptiness. So that is about this the third seal of Dharma. All phenomena are empty. Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but may I ask a question?
Sure.
Is the emptiness of the body the same as the emptiness of the mind in all respects?
Ultimately, it's difficult to say same or different. Emptiness point of view, everything is beyond our concept, So there is no exist, like there is no same or different. Different, same is actually, again, interdependent, right? Emptiness point of view, it's beyond. It's beyond our ordinary concept. But you can say there are like 3 different emptinesses. You can say that. But that doesn't mean emptiness is different. But the object is different. Like my body's emptiness. And this picture's emptiness. Because the body in picture is relatively different. So that's why there is 2 different emptiness. But emptiness point of view, there's the same. Is that your question?
Not precisely. I guess my question is, it's a little bit technical maybe.
Okay.
It's the sort of negation that is involved. Because you talked about, let's just say the table is empty in the sense that it lacks inherent existence,
Yes.
period,
Right?
right? It's
Mhm.
megak.
Yep.
And the mind, however, is that empty only in the sense of being a mere negation, or is the mind particularly empty, or is it a negation in a different way, a way that implies something? Because you said the mind is empty yet luminous.
Right.
So is there a different sense of emptiness or negation being applied?
No, I don't think so. I think it's there's no different when you say that.
I think you said all form is emptiness, basically.
Right.
I'm not sure where negation comes in.
Right. Well, the mind is not form, however.
Right.
Consciousness. Well, we tend to think the body is more solid than the mind.
Oh, maybe now I got your
Yes.
question.
Is the body luminous? Is the table luminous? Is the table luminous?
Say again your question. Is
Okay, my apologies.
Is space luminous? Because if space is luminous, then the table is luminous,
Right,
the
so that
body
would
is
be,
luminous, and the mind is
yeah,
luminous.
but that's another step beyond,
But that's, I'm
what
sure
I'm-
how you have to answer the question.
yeah. I mean, there are debates.
oh, you mean like for example, the table is emptiness, right?
Right, it's emptiness as a,
But you're saying is the table is table also luminous?
that would be one, that's not exactly my question, but it is, as Kate suggested, it's related. My question really has to do with when we talk about the table as being empty or form being empty, is that what would be called a non-affirming negation, a mega, a negation that does not imply anything else. Simply, it lacks inherent existence, and that's all. Whereas when we talk about mind, is that also simply a non-affirming negation, or does the fact that, as you said, mind is empty yet luminous make it a different sort of negation, an affirming negation, something that negates and yet implies that there's something.
Yeah, but if you say that like all this outside this phenomena are empty, but that means they're not inherently exist, right? But this appearance, the outside of your body, your mind, whatever this appears, actually comes from your mind. So actually, there is nothing other than emptiness and luminous. If you look at this table, the table is, your mind create the table. So table and mind are at this point, they are same. And it's emptiness and luminous. Something like that, right?
May I ask a similar question? You said mind arises with causes. When we have causes, mind arises. And when we drop the causes, mind disappears. Then it is no mind, you said. So these causes, what are these causes? Are they raga, desha, moha? Or they are like raga means, I don't know, it's Pali.
The causes?
What are the causes. So you said, when there's a cause, mind arises. When there's no cause, when you drop the cause, mind disappears, so there's no mind.
Yep.
And what are these causes that we need to drop?
You mean the object, the forms? Are you talking about the relationship between the subject and object?
Not actually about the arise of mind, arise of
Or what is the cause of your mind?
yes.
Oh,
So yeah,
you have to understand two ways. The relative, are you talking about the relative mind or are you talking about the ultimate mind? If you are talking about ultimate mind, there's no causes, no conditions.
right.
It's not a compounded thing. Relative mind, of course, we understand, right? What is our mind? Relatively, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, everything everything depends on the circumstances. If you have a, good circumstance, then you have a positive thoughts and very pleasant feelings. Buddhist point of view, mind is everything. Feeling, emotions, thoughts, and everything. So there are so many different causes, conditions in order to function, your mind, your consciousness. There is like non-conceptual mind and conceptual mind and so many different kind of minds relatively.
Right. So in this case, what is luminous? It's relative.
There is no words. I can't explain. This is because I will talk about that in later. But this ultimate, the luminous is you have to experience it through your meditation. Otherwise, it's beyond our language. There is no word.
Ineffable.
Hmm?
Ineffable.
Yeah,
Beyond.
beyond. It's beyond this world.
Yeah.
Okay, this beyond our words and these things limitation, right? Limited, so you can't explain actually completely this nature. All right, now meditate. Okay. We're talking about emptiness, right? We're talking about emptiness. Now you see, we have a relative thoughts, relative mind. So same, in Tibetan, same is mind. Definition is the mind. Sar hyang rikpa. Sar means clear. Rikpa means understand. That is the characteristic of mind. Is table has mind? Maybe not.
Would that be Marikpa?
No.
No.
Marikpa means like ignorance, right? Ignorance means it doesn't mean not knowing. It means like misunderstand. So now recognize. So we have lots of thoughts. You see, we can experience that, right? We have lots of thoughts. So you, for example, you recognize the nature of thought, nature of your thoughts when you meditate. You can do that, right? Recognize your thoughts, the nature of your thoughts, and then what happened? This thought, what happened? They just, if you recognize this nature of thoughts, then your nature, these thoughts naturally dissolve into the nature of your thoughts, nature of your mind. There is nothing separate. There's nothing different things there. That is the meditators do. You recognize nature of thoughts, and then they naturally dissolve into this nature of thought, nature of mind, and then you relax there. That's your meditation until you become a Buddha. Kind of like we can say there is a space. Actually, not there is a space, but we can say in order to, if you, it's just to try to understand you, so your thoughts naturally dissolve into this nature mind, and then there is a space, they said, actually there is no space, but there is a space, then you relax on that. You meditate on that. But when we use space, you will understand different than when you experience it. But it helps you understand, oh, he said space. Oh, that means this. So you experience, like that is how you see the luminous mind too. Teachers try to explain it, but it's actually meditate, you will see it. Oh yeah, it's like got it. Like you never eat sweet. And then I try to explain you what is the different, the characteristic of the sweet or definitions. You little bit understand, right? But when you eat it, oh yeah, I got it. Something like that. So, they use it as like the wave, a wave from ocean. Exactly, wave from ocean, and they dissolve into the ocean. That's the same thing. Your relative thoughts dissolve into the nature of relative thoughts. In this case, there is no difference between samsara and liberation. They're the same thing. Once you recognize it. So you should do that, just meditate and, relax. And when you have thoughts, and then Buddha said, enter more deeply into these thoughts. And he said, there's no mind. And then what is there? There is the luminous, So you will see this lots of thoughts. The movement of these thoughts is actually nothing exists other than this emptiness. So, similarly, in this meditation, you recognize your thoughts, and you have to recognize that this thought is just a movement of nature of your thoughts. So they said there's nothing, there's no meditation. What do you meditate? But then what are you doing? You are not wander away. You are 100% here, present moment. You are just there. Just there. But there is nothing meditate. It's very strange, right? There's no meditation at all. But there's no, your mind is not wander anymore. You are there. So then everything is kind of spontaneously. That's your meditation. So this meditation is very helpful. If you are a very beginner, with this meditation, you will experience, when I say relax in this space, then that means if you're a beginner, then you will see the experience of this peacefulness. It's very peaceful. You just relax there. Then you relax. If you're a beginner, you have no experience, luminous mind, then you just relax there. This peaceful. It's very, very, very calm. And if you're a little bit, advanced practitioner or whatever, student, then with this kind of meditation, you will experience the part of the foundation. Actually, this we call this is ground consciousness, ground consciousness. You will see it. It's experience. You will experience that. So that's very good. My teachers always, before they introduce the nature mind, they let the student practice on this ground consciousness at least for a year. Then they give you this the high, like this pointing instructions. Then you will experience completely. Now you have this ground. If you practice on the ground and consciousness, this is really good foundation, So then you just a little bit, one step, and then you see Buddha nature there. But many people also problem, they don't recognize, they don't understand the difference between this ground consciousness and this nature mind. Very similar, right? I mean, that's why you need a teacher give you really a good instruction, point out instruction. Otherwise, you will stay there forever, ground consciousness.
What is the Tibetan for ground consciousness?
Gunje.
Gunje.
Gun means all, je means base or foundation. So all these outer and inner senses, our mind consciousness, come from this ground consciousness. That's why they say Kun means all this consciousness. Je means basis, I think, right? The ground. So that consciousness, the ground consciousness goes into next life, according to Buddhism. Not this conceptual mind or non-conceptual mind. They're going to stop when you die, right? That's why people say, "Oh, there's no future life because everything's died," but they don't know what is the ground consciousness. So now you do this. Breathe in. When you meditate this, you breathe in, you breathe out. Then simply concentrate. It's very easy. Simply concentrate on your breath and mind. You understand when I say mind, right? You concentrate your breath and your mind. When you pause your breath, just to relax there. When I say pause means you're not concentrate on your breath anymore. You just to relax there. So this time you don't have to concentrate your breath and your mind. But first, when you breathe in, you have to concentrate on your breath and your mind because make sure that you are here. Once you are here, then just relax. You don't have to concentrate. And then when you breathe out, same thing. Breathe out, concentrate on your breath and mind. And then pause. Again, relax there. You will see So experience, right? Experience, always different experience. It will come, different experience. Some experience very peaceful, some experience very calm, some experience very fear, hesitations, scary. But just as I said, Tibetan teacher says that as long as you have this 4 seals of Dharma as your view, nothing go wrong. So right now we're talking about everything is emptiness. Then you feel, is it really everything is emptiness? When you meditate like that, you relax. You really can't feel that you have a body. Everything is like dissolved into this space. You don't get it, right? This space means like this, not like this space, something else space. But I have no language, no words for you, but you will experience. Everything is dissolved into this space. Then enjoy there. I mean, there is no enjoyment, right, actually, but just there. Okay, let's practice.